to NOYCE Convo, brought to you by VOYCE Entertainment. Let's dive right in. Today in the studio, we have with us Harsh Verma, aka Kosmic Rudra.
Thank you.
And let's begin. We are very excited to have you here. How are you?
Me too. I'm very good. Very, very good.
How is your session at the VOYCE Studios?
I like the studio.
Yeah. And did you find any challenges in playing an hour alone by yourself in a studio, or do you enjoy it?
I like to play music by myself, so it's fun.
Are you based out of Goa?
Yes, based out of Goa for now, yes. But I keep moving, shifting places here and there. Stay in Bombay for some time, then in Delhi.
How long were you in Bombay?
Bombay, I was there around like 7 years.
And when did you shift to Goa?
Goa, I shifted last year, January. So it's been a year now, a complete 1 year. So I keep traveling here and there for shows. So it works like that.
Now that you've been in Goa for a year, how do you think the music scene is in Goa right now?
To be honest, it's quite both the sides. It's like getting better or it's getting worse. I think time will say it will. I mean, what's going to happen soon.
Why do you think it is going worse?
Too many people who have not been educated right with music are coming in the scene. And they think what music is, but they don't. So somebody has to educate them in the right direction. That what a DJ set is about, or what a party is about, or a festival is about.
So do you think that the DJs who are coming in now need a DJ formal training before entering the scene?
There should be a kind of a format. Not everybody should be allowed to be on the console and play. Like all the people who have been in the industry from long, they have an experience. They know how to read the dance floor and know what to play at what time. But that's not being followed now by the new artists who are coming because they are not being trained well. They just have overpowered maybe a controller and just play music just like that. But it's not how it should be. There should be a certain kind of a training and then they should be allowed to play.
So what do you think now that the new musicians that are coming into the scene, what do you think they should do that, can improve the scene in a positive way?
Maybe get a proper, good, serious training, at least for 6 months or a year. Like a serious training.
And what do you mean by training?
To learn different genres, just not be just one genre like centric. Like some people are like, I just play house. But you have not explored other genres. If you have not, then you're just constricting your mind. And you can just you're not opened up to all the genres. Like we have got in past years since we started DJing, we played different genres. And now we know that what time, what genre goes. So that works.
You have been DJing for a decade now.
Yeah.
Since the days where you used to come.
Yeah, it's more than a decade now. I started in 2005, 2006.
Yeah.
So it's gonna complete like good 19, 20 years now.
2 decades.
2 decades.
You have been DJing for 2 decades.
Yeah, since my childhood. So it's really like, yes.
I remember the time when you used to come into our parties and then the after parties and then set up your own and play for 10 hours, maybe 20 hours. As long as the after
The struggle was real that time.
The struggle was
real.
How do you think the music from then has changed, your music?
I laugh at myself now when I see that time of mine, That was because, it was good that time as well. I will not boast about myself, but I know it was good that time and now it has improved and it has evolved through the time and days it has passed.
It was a great time.
Yeah, it was a great time, yeah. So I was a kid, so I see the change in music, what I used to play that time, and now with the kind of sounds I play now. So I think the sounds have become more mature that way as well. So like how I grow, my music has also grown in a certain way.
Let's talk about the journey. When you come from a music household, your mom is a singer.
Yeah, that is a drummer as well.
Oh yeah. So then how do you think that has shaped you into becoming a musician? Has it helped? Were they supportive?
Helped a lot. Like they say it's in my genes. Like the music is in my genes, which is there. But yes, they've helped me a lot. Like they never stopped me from doing anything into music. They've always been very supportive.
They are more of Bollywood-centric musicians.
Yes, there are more stage performances into like more of Bollywood, old Lata Mangeshkar songs and Kishore Kumar. So I was grown up with all kind of genres in my house basically. Was when they were practicing when I was a kid. I used to listen all these old tracks, Bollywood. Dad used to make me listen to some old rock music. So I have inherited like a heirloom of around 7,000 audio cassettes.
For the people listening, your mom and dad, if you don't mind sharing their names.
Yeah, so my mom's name is Varsha Kulkarni. That's the stage name. And my father's stage name is Ajay Verma. So they used to have their own band, performed everywhere in the world. Like, I don't know how many countries, but yeah, enough countries, which I cannot count on my fingers.
So then, coming from that background, wouldn't it have been easier to be a Bollywood baby? Why did you choose an underground?
Well, it was easy for me to be a Bollywood baby, to be honest. Like, my mom can still put me in like the best of the best studios, which she have asked me already. But that's not what I want. I want to have my own identity. And they're pretty happy that I did not use their connects. And now they're proud of me. That everything what I've done is by myself, with their support, of course. But they have not supported me. They have not... ungli pakad ke upar leke nahi gaye mere ko. They never did that. They never spoon-fed me. They never spoon-fed me, basically. Which was nice. I'm happy about that.
But why choose the underground music scene and not something like what they try to do with their lives?
I don't know. I was always pulled towards the underground music because I think it was their time. What they were doing was maybe underground for them because they are also into live shows. So how they perform on stage is a different version of the original track what has been made. So in a way, they were also doing something different. What we do, we are also live performers in a way.
So has your parents' personalities shaped you as a musician and a performer? Or are you completely different from them?
No, I'm not completely different from them. Of course, I mean, I have so many instances of me where, like, when I see myself doing something and when I see their old videos, I see a lot of resemblance on how, I mean, I could, like, you can see that I'm their son, basically. So it's pretty much visible. Like, it's very much similar. Like, I'm very close, very similar to my father when he's performing.
Give me one instance where you catch yourself being like your father and you're like, oops, dad move.
Oh, that has happened a zillion times. Like, I'm like, no. There are some things which I don't want to follow what he does, which I like, which makes me embarrassed.
Give me an example. And why embarrassing?
There are some things which is like, I find it very funny when I see my father doing that. Then I see myself doing the same thing and I'm like, no, I should not be doing this. And then I stop.
Give me an example.
Example... I don't know if I should say this, but yeah, but he has this. So he makes deliberate mistakes while he's playing, but then he rectifies it with the next thing what he does. And sometimes I also try to do that, but I fail because I'm not him. Like I try to maybe subconsciously I try to copy him, and that's why I fail. But yeah, one of the major things that this keeps happening. Like I sometimes try to copy my mother. I don't know why I do this, but I can see that it's happening and I fail again. So but then, so that's why I found my own way of doing things so that, fuck this, I don't want to do like that. I'm not doing this way, I'll do my own way. And I'm happy that way now. And they're also happy. They're also proud about it.
But have you ever gone to them and be like, Mom, Dad, I did this, exactly what you did?
Yeah, my mom tells me that, well, let's see, this is Ajay. This is what your father does. And then I'm like, of course I will do like that. I'm his son. Like, who else I'll be looking like if not my father?
Question. Why Kosmic Rudra? What does it mean to you?
So Kosmic Rudra name was given to me by a very close friend of mine, my childhood friend, Suhit. So he found this out that Harsh, your music, I was called Harsh before. It was HURSH. That was my previous artist name before this. So he's like, Harsh, your music makes people do a cosmic dance basically, where they go carefree completely. Like it's like, so that's what they call Rudra. It's like the angry dance of Shiva basically. Not angry, but a carefree dance, you can say. I would not say angry. So
Tandava isn't
sort of, yeah, it is angry dance, but yeah. So then I'm also like, I like to study a lot about planets and everything. So he made this term Cosmic Rudra.
And it got stuck to you.
And it got stuck to me. And it turned out to be the moment I changed the name from Harsh to Cosmic Rudra, my graph just went skyrocketed, like suddenly.
That's
so
why.
Maybe the name was lucky as well for me. So multiple reasons.
That's why your tagline is Cosmic Rudra.
Kabhi nahi sudra. Sudra kabhi nahi. ऐसा ही रहेगा हमेशा. So yeah.
So let's go back to your beginning. What inspired you to get into music? You're like, aha, this is exactly what I want to do.
So I used to listen to music since my childhood. Like whenever doing my mathematics or anything, the music was always in the background. Like I was not the kind of a student who just sits and studies. Like music has to be on, otherwise I don't study. So it has to be on the background. This I used to be doing, but then I was a nerd. I was not into music before, like getting into. I was learning music and all, but I was not from mom and dad especially, but not keen on performing. I wanted to be an engineer. I wanted to be a scientist basically before. So I was,
So if you weren't a musician, would you be a scientist
or a chef? So these were the two things in my mind, which I wanted to do.
What kind of scientist and what kind of chef?
So I was more into, like as I said, like the space knowledge. I mean the space studies and everything. So I used to be very much fascinated with all this stuff.
Why scientist and not an astrologist?
Astrology, no. Maybe I can do astronomy, but not astrologist. I can be a cosmonaut, like maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I would have been a chef. So yeah, anyways, coming back to it. So then one of my friends, he took me, I was in 12th or 11th grade, and he took me to the first dance party. He's like, come, let's go to a party. I'm like, I don't go to parties. Like, what are you talking about?
Where was this party and which
Ahmedabad,
was it?
My city where I studied, Gujarat. So that time it used to be commercial music. It was not techno-oriented music. But there were instances which I could listen, and then I'm like, and I went to the party and I'm like, wow, this setup is nice. Because of course that pull of my father and mother being a performer, I like that. And I was not connecting what my father does for the living. But the moment I saw the stage where the DJ was playing, my friend is like, so how do you like the party? I'm like, I want to be there, what that guy is doing. And I'm like, can you connect me with this person? I want to learn this. And I want to stand there. I want to be in the party, but I want to be there because nobody disturbs it. So that's what got me to start being the journey to turn into a performer and an artist.
So did you meet this person? Did you learn from this person?
Yes, that's exactly.
This person?
So this person turned out to be my very close friend's elder brother. So
what is the name of this person, if anybody?
Jai Desai. So he's also the brother of Taral. Taral was one of the first DJs in Ahmedabad, and then there were just, I think, 6-7 DJs at that time, and I was the new kid in the market. And suddenly I was just everywhere in like 3 months. Like people were just shocked and amazed, like, who is this guy? This new little tiny 16-year-old, 17-year-old has just come into the parties, like, and was playing with CDJs and all, like more heavy than my own weight basically. But yeah, so
you used to carry your own CDJs?
Yes, always. You need. That time there was no pen drives, so I had the 600, 700 CDs. Remember all the names.
Oh, so you used to play on CD
on CDs,
players.
Yeah.
Amazing. And how
CDs and vinyls and everything that time.
How is that worked out for you? Like, did the change affect you too much, or would you go back to being a vinyl or a CD DJ?
I mean, see, I would say that time technology was not that advanced. So we had to do that. There was no other option. Now, since things have evolved, technology has advanced, why not use it wisely?
But don't you think if you now bring out not a vinyl set or CD set, people will be like amazed and inspired and like,
could be done. I mean, for a change, but I would not form a habit because now I'm also getting old, so I don't want to carry so much weight around with me. Like now, it's easy. You just take a pen drive and just go and plug and play.
Do you remember the first time you ever played for an audience and the reaction they gave?
Yeah. So the first ever commercial party I played, that was 31st December 2006.
A commercial party?
Commercial as in the first ever, like a huge crowd basically. That was around 3,000 people. So it was an auditorium, like in Ahmedabad itself. It was a lake next to it. And for the first time, so I don't have a stage fear. The first day I was on stage, I never had stage fear. Maybe because of my mother and father, because they were very fluent all the time. So maybe that was already inside me. So I was never stage fear or any time being shy on stage. I'm this side. I'm more shy if I'm on the crowd side. I don't speak. An introvert standing in the corner, sitting, or maybe music. But yeah, slowly, I try to like. I'm an ambivert, you can say, sort of selective. But stage fright was not there. But yeah, that time I had this shiver, like seeing so many people, and it's just you one against all these people. So it's like one energy. You're like with one sword, your pen drive basically, you can say, or CDs or whatever you're going to put and play the music against so many people.
But that's what he wanted to do because nobody disturbs him.
No, yeah, but then now I'm like, I need some support. There's so many people. What if I make a mistake? Like, there's this scare also, this fight also. But I think that's the fun of it. That makes you, I like that rush of adrenaline in yourself, that you are scared also, but you know that you can make it right because you're confident as well. So
what is the biggest mistake you've made on stage? And you're like, wow, how did I end up doing this?
To be honest, I don't remember.
Do you do it because you do it often or you don't do it at all?
Because I don't do it often. I'm quite
Would you
quite
call
serious
yourself
about
a risky DJ or a by the book DJ?
I'll call myself a calculated risk taker DJ. Because I'll take only risk of that which I must have a bandwidth. Like I will not go beyond that risk. Like I will not fuck it up, but I will know that how much I have to fuck it up, so how much I can make it right. I only fuck it up that much. I don't go overboard. Like,
is that daddy genes coming through?
Possibly. see, I'm telling you, this is what it is. This is what it is. It's very, yeah. See, it's normal. Like this is what happens with me. So yeah, I'm their shadow. Like I'm very much of their own.
What's the best piece of advice you've received as a musician, and by whom?
By my mom, basically. Mom has been a very big role. Like she listens to all my tracks, whatever I'm making, and she'll always tell me, "Ki Harsh, इसको ऐसे थोड़ा ऐसे करेगा तो हो जाएगा ठीक." Because ultimately she's also a musician. It doesn't matter what genre or what it is. She also learned music. They taught me music as well. So she understands. So she will always say, keep it nice and flowy, easy. So that's what my mom also told me. Like, make music as such, which a layman can also understand. You don't have to be musically very educated to understand the music, If the music is good and if you can make a layman dance or a layman vibe to it, it can make anybody dance.
I have heard a lot of your tracks, and the style when you DJ also, I've heard you play. It's not monotonous. It keeps moving here and there, which I personally enjoy a lot. Is this the reason that comes into your music as well?
Yeah, I mean, when I make a track, I first see if I can dance on it. And then I flow test my tracks. Like you listen to it. Then I see you also grooving to it. Like subconsciously, I'll see the body movements, how they are moving. And if I feel like it's working with people, then I release it. I've just started releasing my tracks now. So it's been like I've released 3-4 tracks for now. So I have a couple of releases lined up. So a couple of 2-3 different projects also coming up. So let's see.
When you make a track, do you have a process? Like, I want to use this sound. This is my signature sound.
Yeah, I have a whole story ready in my. So I paint my music. I don't.
Do your music have colors?
Yeah. So
like every instrument has a different color?
I have different colors. I have different characters. I have a hero. I have a negative role. I have a proper actress, actor, side role. So this is how I see it. I take it as a movie. There's a climax. There's a prelude. There's an interlude. So everything. So I've my own way of understanding music, like what people call as story, basically. So when I heard that word story, this is how I see music. And that's how when I sit, I have the storyline ready. Like what kind of a movie I want to make people see.
Are you the hero in your storyline?
Always. It's my story. I have to be the hero.
Who is the heroine?
If I'm not the hero of my own story, then what's the point?
I love the confidence. Who's the heroine in your story? Is there a heroine?
So I keep changing them. Yeah, I keep changing them. Sometimes there are 2-3. So yeah. At the same time.
Muse keeps changing by the story.
Yeah. It's okay.
And
they keep coming out, yeah?
Does the villain also change by the story?
Yeah, they keep changing very often.
Is it because of the heroine that the villains keep changing?
No, I just don't want them. So just come and go. But there are many villains.
Is there a track that you've made that you'll go back to and would change something?
Many. That's what I'm in the process right now. That's what I'm doing. So all the tracks I made in the last couple of years. So I'm not opening any new projects. I'm just polishing them. And by the course of time, whoever I come across, some good artist, I make their piece. So I'm trying to shape them according to the new evolution what's going on.
But do you think that you over polish them?
Sometimes I do that.
Then how do you stick to your roots?
Then I can change it. That's what I'm saying. The villains and the heroines keep changing. If it is something, it's my story at the end. It doesn't come out till the time I'm not 100% sure. So
how long do you think, if you're producing a track, how long do you think will a track last to come out?
See, sometimes there are some tracks which I've released, they were just made in like 2 days, and the 4th day it was out. There's a track which took like 2 months and it was out. There are a few tracks which have still been a year. I'm still not sure I should use them or not. So yeah, it's a process. So let's see. But I have a huge catalog.
What's the one process or technique that you stick to every time you make a track?
What I stick to?
A technique.
Keeping the bass tight. I'm more of a bass lover person. So I spend more of my time to have that tight floor thumping, which captures, which just hooks you on the floor.
One beat throughout your bass, or does your bass line change?
It keeps changing. It keeps it has its own mischief of coming and going and then coming back again with a twist.
Thakur Savai.
yeah. Thakur comes, gets its shoulders chopped,
and then goes up.
And then goes then nicely wrap him and just bye-bye.
What's the feeling that when you drop a track and the crowd just gets it? What do you feel?
Wow. It makes me feel like I was just born for this. This is my job. This is my karma.
Have you felt that, why am I doing this?
I thought this is my purpose of life.
No.
To make people dance.
Have you got a reaction where it's been so bad that you think, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this to myself?
Never. For music, I always loved music for life. I don't know what I would be doing if there was no music. Because everything with me is attached with music.
You'll be a scientist.
Yeah, but still I want music behind me to be played, So it's like music. If music was not there, I don't know what would keep me active in life. Because if I'm cooking, if I'm talking, if I'm talking to somebody, if I'm doing things, I always want music in the back. So what if this music was not there? So I cannot imagine a life without music. I would be lost. I would not be a scientist actually, because I wouldn't be able to study. Because I was studying because music was there.
Comes back to the circle.
Yeah. So music was a very, very integral part of my life. Because of course my mom, again, being a musician, so when I was in her womb as well, she was always listening to music. So music was always there around me. So that's something which I want.
What's the best part about being a DJ? And what's the hardest part about being a DJ?
Hardest part, survival. In India especially.
Why do you say that?
Not getting paid right. And maybe not getting paid right on time. If you... outside when I was playing in Moscow or in London or in Georgia, wherever, all these places, it was, you do the gig and the payments are clear. Here we don't have a systematic central system to make the payments happen for the artist. And that's why a lot of real artists suffer, because their payments are not on time. And if the artist is not getting the money paid on the time it's needed, then what's the point? So they should have a centralized nervous system to make more better artists, and which can boast them more in doing music. A lot of people who come into music, good artists, good DJs, are not in the industry because they have seen the sides of things, and that made me leave it. And they start pick up another line of work. because they're not getting paid well, which they should be ideally.
Have you thought about quitting music?
I thought, but then it's like now it's too late.
Why do you say that?
It's been 20 years doing this. Now if I quit, I don't know what. So again, I have to start from zero from somewhere, and I'm almost 40 now. So yeah, but it's getting better with me personally. Again, because it's been a long experience. So now, at least I don't have to struggle for my survival now. But
Your music. Now, you say you played in all of these countries. What's the difference in the music scene in these countries and India?
Vast difference, I think.
Why
Major
did you say
difference
that?
because see, they were exposed to underground music at a very early age. Like we took a long time. Like people who have not traveled outside India, they still don't know this side of music. They still believe there's only one side of the club music, which they see in the normal clubs, which they have seen. They are not exposed to it. That's the very major reason they have good artists. We also have good artists, no doubt. But we all have evolved because we went outside India. Because their exposure was way before than us. Like for example, a child who is 7 years old gets a vinyl decks as his birthday gift. Who in India gets it like that? So their experience is more. That's why the music is nice with those people. We are evolving, but we are evolving a little late.
But do you think that the audience is more accepting of experimental music now?
Yeah, they are. Now they are. Because now they are evolving as well. Now people, if before out of 10, 3 people are going abroad. Now out of 10, at least 7 are going. So now even we are getting more mature crowd. So we also enjoy to play in India and more like. So now it's like people know tracks. Before they shouldn't know that. They wouldn't know the tracks. Now at least they are educated well, I think. Slowly. It's happening, but at a
So,
slow
what would
pace.
be the advice you would give to people as an audience to involve themselves and discover more music? What would you say?
Don't genreize yourself. Listen to different genres. Don't just be a rigid, I only listen to this. Keep your head open and trust me, you will find there's music everywhere.
When you're
Don't
making
genreize.
music, do you mix genres or?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. That's why it keeps it interesting. That's why it's called underground music. It's supposed to be mixed different genres. Otherwise, it's going to be the same thing what others are making.
Rapid fire questions. Fun. Okay? What's the first thing you do when you wake up?
Eat food.
Vinyl or digital? First pick.
Digital.
One artist who's always on your playlist.
One I always Oliver Giacomotto, possible. Oliver Giacomotto.
Who is Oliver Giacomotto and why should our viewers listen?
Or, I mean, see, one artist always on my playlist. This is the first name I could think of, to be honest. But there is no specific, just one artist in my playlist. It always keeps revolving. There's no one specific who's always there.
Okay, what's the one album from Oliver that you would want your viewers to listen to?
Oh, I would suggest listen to the artist. I don't specifically remember. I'm very bad with names as such. If I don't see them, I don't remember names. So I need to see the names basically. But I don't remember names. I'm very bad with names. Trust me. That's why I don't remember names. I don't remember names of my girlfriends too.
That's why you call them baby.
Or chicks.
If you have to describe your music as a type of food, what would it be?
Type of food? Asian. Sushi. Especially. Yeah.
Bland? Because it's just raw and bland?
No, you have wasabi with it.
A mix of spice.
Yeah.
Sunrise or sunset sets? Which one?
Both. I love playing both.
Sunrise, then what time would you prefer?
From dark, it's getting to light. So maybe
Twilight.
so like from 4 to 6 maybe.
And sunsets?
Sunset? 4 to 6? 6 to 8.
Wow, discrimination. One city you haven't played in yet but need to.
I want to go to Assam. I've not played in Assam at all. Like Assam is one territory I have not explored yet.
Northeast also?
Northeast, yeah. Nowhere in Northeast. I've not been there. So I really want to. So please, anybody who's watching, book me in Northeast.
Yes.
Yeah.
And soon.
Soon, yeah.
What's your guilty pleasure song? I'm sure you have one. What is it? Say it. Today's the day.
There's so many. I have a whole playlist on YouTube. I can share the playlist with you actually.
Please, for the
I
viewers
listen to
watching.
Jagjit Singh. I listen to Jagjit Singh at times.
If you could time travel, would you go to the past or the future? And where?
I would want to go in the past.
Where?
Where?
Specific timeline?
Specific timeline. No, but I just want to go and just see. Like, I don't want to change anything. I'll just go and just see. Future, I don't want to see. I like my adventure life.
A lot of people say Woodstock Festival or some old festivals, Glastonbury Old Festival. Nothing like that? You wouldn't?
Woodstock, after you putting this thought in my head, yeah, I would love to watch that. Love to see that.
I mean, if you're just going to go and watch and enjoy.
But then it's like, then you'll be regretting as well. Shit, I was not there now. So right now, if I'm not seeing the past, it's still fine. Like, I'm happy. I love myself to be happy. My name is Harsh. I like to keep my smile on it. I don't want a frown face. I don't want to see and get like, shit, I was not there. Like, that will make me more disappointment.
One word to describe your music.
Mischievous.
What's the best compliment you've received about your work?
About my DJ sets?
Yeah, about your work.
That your music has changed my life. You made me see the world like in a different way. And I've got this a zillion times. Like, people have heard me playing and I don't know what happens, because I don't know, because they don't describe in detail, but they just say like, you made us see good things, love. Thank you so much for making us see this. This is the line which a lot of people have said, but I never asked them why. What did I make you see?
Now is your turn to ask them why.
Yeah. So now, I'm not finding anybody who's saying this right now.
We need to make more sets. We need to play more sets.
Yeah.
What advice would you give somebody who's trying to break it in the industry?
Learn music. Don't learn genres. Again, like, learn music. Go study scales, at least the basic. I'm not saying to get into intermediate stuff or the expert level stuff, but at least learn the basics of music. Then get into genres and learn production first, then DJing, or maybe start both of them together.
What's the one thing that you would take away from the session today at VOYCE?
Take away?
I
think everything was fine. I think everybody was nicely sorted. Like, the timings were right. The set recording, the setup was nice. I mean, yeah, the gear was good.
What is the takeaway? What do you think can be done better? Or what do you think? How did you feel? Or
yeah,
would you do more studio sessions now?
Yeah, yes, 100%. I'll be doing more studio sessions as well. I already spoke to him about it because I like the setup. So I would love to do, maybe I'll take it on rent, maybe do my mastering.
And would you also do it? I mean, would you like to do more studio sessions as a future? For sure.
Also? Yeah, like 100%,
just
100%.
Where you just play and you let your
100%
audience listen to your music.
Yes, I would love to do that.
And if you had to describe VOYCE Studios in 3 words, what would it be?
Happy, music, and fun.
Happy,
always musical,
fun.
Everything.
Thank you.
It's a complete package. Yeah.
Amazing. That's it for the interview. We are good. Thank you for letting us have you.
Thank you, Dee.
It was absolutely fun. You've been listening to NOYCE Convo, brought to you by VOYCE Entertainment. I'm Neha Menon. Big thanks to our guests for sharing their journey and to you for tuning in. Until next time, stay curious, stay creative, and always keep it noise.